Namibia is going through some very exciting times. We've currently gone through trying to realign our business, developing a new strategic plan, doing our network study for the next 5 years. There certainly has been a lot going on. That's in Namibia, and Namibia in particular. Africa in general, I think, is going through some trying times. I think we follow the markets with regard to what has been happening on the oil front, and that impacts our operating costs. And for state carriers like ourselves, we feel it at the end of the day. Our biggest concern for the year ahead is really justifying to our country the need for an airline. I think in Africa, with very high levels of poverty, we currently have the debate of the competing priorities. People are saying, look, we have poverty, we have people that need houses, people need food, and yet you're telling us we need an airline. We have commissioned a very credible international organization to do a study in terms of the contribution of the airline to the macroeconomic economy back in Namibia. We're very excited. We think it will be a good opportunity also to justify our existence in terms of us really delivering on our mandate of opening up Namibia to foreign investment. We certainly hope so. I listened very carefully earlier today, the statements that were made at the meeting earlier today. Being from Africa, where I think environmental issues, also being so-called third generation rights, don't always receive the prominence that they deserve. We hope so, but for us as an airline from a developing country, we've been trying to do our little part. We've got a very new fleet, and that means our equipment is good, and therefore in terms of the way in which we operate, it should not have that harsh an impact on the environment. To be honest, I think I've got a bit of an advantage because I've chaired the government mining company. I've come from chairing the pension fund, and that's financial services, so those are both very male-heavy sectors. I think as long as you are yourself, you maintain your own sense of self, you have your own goals, you have your own ambition, you don't really focus that the person you're working with is male or female, that it just works out at the end. But it's difficult. I won't try and underplay it, it really is quite difficult.